Oh, God, hey, this is deja vu all over again.
Sorry, escalator.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah, listen, this is great because Ed had to come back on today's Friday because we lost all the sound on the previous opportunity that we had together. So
But you know, this has been special for me because you guys, if you've never been here, you've got to come to the Wine of the Month Club because look at the cool stuff I find in their trash. I mean, there's tons of this stuff in there.
That's
you can
great.
get 10 or 12 of these and take them home.
that must be from an overseas container.
I don't know where it's from, and I don't really want to know. But I'm telling you,
I wonder
they
why
got trash here you'll never see anywhere.
I don't know why. I wonder why you're carrying trash in here.
I'm wondering why I am too.
So since we spoke last, Ed, which was 2 days
Which is
ago,
2 days ago, and we probably said none of the same things.
I
we're
ordered
gonna
some
say
wine
today.
from you from Chile,
Yes.
and I got an email this morning saying, you know, the part was broken on the bottling line, so we can't get the wine. What's up with that?
What's up with that? It's called a malfunction. I realize that in your world, you're not familiar with malfunctions.
No, we don't make mistakes.
No, no. But everybody else around you does.
Of course they do. So now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with this wine that we actually liked very much, that
Yes.
San Alicia Merlot from Chile. But,
Well, we'll get it at some point.
oh well.
Can we talk about the month, this month?
You know, this smells like the same wine we tasted 2 days ago.
It really does, and that's because it is.
You know what?
By the way, those of you that haven't figured it out yet, this is the limited series for August of 2013.
And I'm Ed Massiana.
And I'm
Two, Roman numeral 2. You know, I like the nose today. It seems to be more aggressive than the nose was on Wednesday. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all Gamay in that nose.
And so are you, by the way. By the way, for those of you who don't know, Paul is actually my twin brother. We were separated at birth, and he went to live with a Lebanese family, and that's why we look different.
As far as I know.
Wow, this is just, you know,
It's all Gamay.
people go Beaujolais, you know, because they think of Nouveau, which is like strawberry juice and
Right,
whatnot.
right.
Some of which is actually quite good. I'm not a huge fan, but the Beaujolais Village can be in great vintages like 2009 was phenomenal wines.
Well, Beaujolais is this larger region. Villages are groups or communes, right, within the district. So it's actually it's kind of like Chianti Classico kind of thing. Or Colasensi
Exactly.
kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly the same thing, basically.
And we haven't done a Gamay. I can't even remember.
Oh, I think your dad did the last one.
Probably. That'd be like 88.
back in 03, you know, and that was 1903. Well, I'm at a 94 for this because I think this is delicious.
I think it's great, and I just enjoyed it. Now, a lot of people think that was English. I was just speaking, by the way.
Could have fooled me.
That Pinot Noir and Gamay are cousins, and I think that there's some evidence of that in the character. But overall, they don't really. They're not similar to me.
taste. Well, yeah, but you know, Cabernet Sauvignon and Sauvignon Blanc are related, and they're about as different as you can get. One's red and
that's
one's
true.
white for one,
And for two,
and for two,
that's red again.
Oh.
Why you bring out the white glass?
because you got the red.
I know. But what about your glass?
This
is really fun.
You know, it's been a long time since I had this wine, but
Yes,
I
it
remember
has
it.
been.
I remember it really,
2,
really
3,
well.
4 days from now.
2 from.
But the
today.
unique thing about this wine, which we discussed on the last thing, was that this is 100% Cabernet, which was something we used to see on the shelf at Palsbury's Wines and Spirits in 1972. It would say, you know, Sebastiani, 100% Cabernet, because that was such a thrill for California wineries to use 100% wine, which in the meantime, the French were blending, and that's the way Bordeaux, you know, has always been made, except for this one.
This is really, I mean, honestly, one of the most shocking wines I've tasted here in a long time because, first of all, it's Bordeaux, okay? And Bordeaux has got a position in the world of wine that no other area in the world even comes close to, all right? It is, without question, the most sought after, the most highly recognized wine in the world. And they're expensive, and they're stupidly expensive. But this wine, $25 regular price is a joke, and 15 on the resale is unbelievable.
Well, aren't the current what are the futures right now on some of the classified gross? They're like $1,000 a bottle or something.
Well, for the first gross, they could be
$1,000 a bottle.
$1,000 a bottle. You know, and the way I look at this, to digress for a moment, is how much did I pay for these wines 40 years ago, and how much money was I making per year?
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Yeah, well, it is pretty funny because when you figure that...
Was that when you were at Dorina Stencil?
No, that was when I was at the Wine of the Month Club. And when you figure that, you know, I'm making now, unfortunately, only maybe 10 times more than I was making then, but the wine cost 50 times more.
Easily 50 times.
Oh, yeah. I
20
mean,
bucks? It wasn't 20 bucks then.
well,
probably like 10,
you
15
could buy, I remember you could buy on futures 82 Mouton for $32.
Wow.
32 bucks, okay? And now it's probably close to $1,000.
It is. It's close to $1,000. I went to a tasting, a couple of years ago at the Roosevelt. I think it was the '09 futures. And,
Yeah.
And you had a ticket. You got one ticket, and then you got about a half an ounce to taste.
Well, you should have
whatever
gone to
they
the trade tasting with the rest of us where they
It
pour you all
was.
you want.
No, at the Wine Warehouse tasting, they were.
Oh, no. This was another one, and I tasted all the 2009s. They weren't all that great.
This is. I'm giving this a 96 just for what it is.
I got to be right there with you because, first of all, just based on the price. I mean, this tastes like Bordeaux. It tastes exactly like, when you put your nose in
The
and go,
nose.
it's Bordeaux,
Bordeaux.
without question.
It's one of the most distinctive noses that you can get from a red wine.
Absolutely. Phenomenal bottle of wine.
Now, don't get too excited, Ed, because we have Willamette Valley Riesling today.
Believe me, standing
I know
next
that-
to you is not going to make me very excited,
Well, that's,
okay?
well, that's a problem for you. But this is, I think, and I told this to the staff on Wednesday, they're
Absolutely
tasting
wonderful
one of the great values of the year, actually, not the whole 12 months coming up. Just classic Oregon Riesling.
It is. It really, really is.
It really in its finest form.
It's hard. It would be hard to guess what this wine is, and Riesling is very distinctive. But it also is what we call a conduit to the soil. It reflects the soil in which it's grown more than probably any other grape, with the exception of maybe Pinot Noir. But you know what's on this
Are you an
Riesling?
electrician now? Conduit to the soil?
Yeah, yeah. I have been actually. I used to work for open road campers and wire them. That's why there's none on the road anymore. You know what this wine's got that no other Riesling anywhere has? Honeysuckle.
Oh, you know what? You're right.
It is
It's in
got
the
like
nose
gobs of honeysuckle.
and the thing. It
and
reminds me of the playgrounds and peeling them off the fence. Actually.
Exactly, and you don't get that in Rieslings from Germany or Alsace or United States or Australia or New Zealand.
You know, Ed,
It screams here.
You're pretty good sometimes. Man, you nailed that one. This is a 97 for me. I mean, this is climbing the ladder for me. You know, slight.
Man, is that
sweetness
good.
in it, but this is really good. I'm taking that one home. And actually, by the way, it's $22.99 on the shelf and $14.99 for more, which
And don't turn your back because it'll be gone.
it's a classic. It's a classic.
Now, if this was a bit on, what do you call it? The British comedy group, Eric Idle and
Oh, you mean Benny Hill?
anyway, Eric Idle would stand up and go, and now for something completely different.
Yes, right. That was easy for you to say.
Yeah.
So this, we actually the Vintner series or the classic series, we did another South African, and this is a complete departure from the same one. We did the Z Chardonnay, which
Yeah.
you can watch in the Vintner series, but this is slightly oaked. But the reason I bought this because the balance was so great. You know it's got oak in it, but it's not like you're chewing on a popsicle stick. And you get the Chardonnay flavors of the grape, which is unusual in a wine like this. And it's from South
Sometimes you're really
Africa.
good at this.
I know.
That's a good call. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't taste or smell at all like South Africa to me. I don't get that
No.
creosote.
Well,
component.
I was telling you that's what we thought last time. Right at the finish, it's not licorice, but like a star anise. Ooh, owie!
Ooh, wow.
Star anise.
Anise, God.
That's a good one.
Isn't
So-
that prevalent in Lebanese cooking, star anise?
Actually, you know what we've been making at the house when we feel like just sort of being lean?
No,
is
but tell me.
soya chicken. Which
Soya
is
chicken.
boiled chicken boiled in soy sauce and plum sauce and star anise and a couple other things. It's
Well,
really good.
I tell you, I've used star anise a few times, and that stuff is potent.
It is.
I mean, you got to use that very sparingly. Anyway, it's a spectacular Chardonnay. $22.99 on the shelf, $13.99 reorder, and
It's so complex.
I'm giving it a 94.
I'm going 96. I think this is really good.
Well, so there.
So there you have it.
There you have it. And as we've said often enough, that's the limited series for August of 2013. We said it just a couple of days ago, as a matter of fact. Yeah, that's his wonderful squirrel impression. It's always been a little squirrely.